Doing all right.
I appreciate you taking time today.
No problem.
And so you are about to head out on the road in a couple weeks with Cavalera Conspiracy supporting Pandemonium. You're going to be out with Corrosion of Conformity, Blind, Death Angel, of course, Lodi Kong, man. I bet you just can't wait to get this tour started, man. How are you feeling going into this?
Yeah, man, it's been good. You know, I'm actually, you're quite right. I can't wait. You know, I'm itching, and I don't like to stay home for too long, you know, and I've been home working on the new Soulfly. I'm actually driving tomorrow back to LA to put some more vocals on it. I've been doing that for the last weekends because the producer Matt High is producing the Soulfly album. He's also doing the Deftones right now, so he has the weekends off. So we are tackling the weekends for the vocals, and it's going great, you know, but I am excited to go on tour. It's a great tour. It's a great package. You know, I love COC, Death Angels, you know, epic thrash band, you know, and Lodi Kong, my kids' band, and Cavalera. We haven't really toured for Pandemonium since the album came out yet. So we did a quick Brazilian tour, and that was about it. You know, so I'm very excited to get back on the road.
Nice. I mean, with the album having come out in last fall, I believe, and then having spent, you know, a lot of this year, like you said, writing for the new Soulfly, man, you gotta feel like a caged animal almost ready to just get out back on the road and get up on the live stage, just let loose. And what better album to do it with than Pandemonium? Probably the heaviest of the three Cavalera Conspiracy albums.
Yeah, we're going to try to play a lot of stuff from that record. I think it's going to be great. You know, we already play a couple of the songs. We played Babylonian, Pandemonium, and Not Losing the Edge. We played that in Brazil, and reaction was great. But I want to play more because there's a lot of great songs. That just Scum, Banzai Kamikaze, Father of Hate. There's a lot of real heavy, powerful, great mosh pit songs. You know, so I want to hit them hard with that. And then, of course, we're going to play all the classic, you know, Cavalera stuff from the other records, and, of course, old Sepultura stuff that everybody wants to hear from the brothers playing, you know, the original stuff, you know.
Nice. I was going to ask about that. I mean, with you and Igor being in Sepultura way back in the day, is there any chance to hear some of those songs live? But you just answered that one. Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I like playing them with Igor because it's like the real thing, you know. We were there in the beginning. I started the band with Igor, you know. We started Sepultura, and so he's been playing old stuff like Troops of Doom and Necromancer. It's really killer, you know. I love doing that, and we did it in Brazil, and reaction was great. And then you got a huge catalog, so, you know, with Desperate Cry, Beneath the Remains, Arise, you know, you got Chaos AD stuff, Territory, Refuse and Resist, and the Roots stuff. Oh, yeah. So we're going to make a huge, I think we're going to probably play for probably close to 2 hours. So, and I'm excited for that. I think that's going to be great.
Nice, man. Oh, dude, that's going to be awesome, man. This is the first album on Napalm for you guys. Obviously, you left Roadrunner before this album, and Soulfly did the same. You know, I don't know, is it Cavalera that's on Napalm? One of them's on Napalm, one's on Nuclear Blast. But both bands, the last albums you've released have been on new label homes. Do you feel like that contributed to the overall product of each new album with Savages and then Pandemonium, or did it help at all?
Yeah, you know, I think Napalm's doing a great job. You know, they're a great label. I love working with them. They got great bands, and they're a really very cool metal label, and they supported the hell out of the record. They made some really special items like box sets, Brazilian flags. I have one hanging up on the wall, the Cavalera Brazil flag, and, you know, vinyl. They did a bunch of vinyl, and the vinyl looked great for Pandemonium. I love the colors of the cover. You know, it's a really cool cover. Yeah. So we're very happy to be on Napalm, and I'm happy to be in Nuclear Blast too. That's perfect place for Soulfly. You know, I think they're gonna pump the shit out of the new records because it's our 10th Soulfly 10th record. You know, so it's not every day that you release your 10th record. You know, it's like, right? To me, it's kind of an accomplishment. You know, I feel like really like a milestone. Like it's a great achievement to get 10 albums out, man. It's sometimes it's even kind of crazy to think about that it's actually 10 records, but it happened, you know. But I'm excited. There's a lot of really cool stuff on the record, but I gotta finish that first. Go on tour, turn back to Cavalera. After the Cavalera tour, I will mix Soulfly, and then I think eventually in the middle of the year we'll turn all the engines back to Soulfly, and then go back to on the road with Soulfly probably for the next year and a half.
And well, you just mentioned it, Soulfly. The next album is going to be 10 albums, and like you said, it's an accomplishment. Not many bands can get to 10 albums anymore. Is there anything special planned for this 10th record, or are you just going to go in and do what Soulfly does best and just rock the holy hell out of all of us?
Well, hopefully we get together with Nuclear Blast and plan a couple special things for the record. Maybe there's some special packages they want to do it, and I love doing stuff like that, and I know they like to do that kind of stuff too. And like I say, it's not every day that you release your 10th record. It's kind of a cool achievement, you know. And we're in a really cool place right now with Soulfly. I think we got Zion play drums second time around, and he did much better on this album. He's really on fire on the new album, and Mark did some excellent guitar work. I'm very proud of him, and then Tony also did great. So it's it looks really good, man. And I think it's going to be a very strong, full-on album for us. And the material is kind of mixed of some of the stuff is really fast, actually. Like the first couple songs on the album are all fast, and then eventually slows down, and there's some kind of really heavy stuff. But I think it's a really strong album that I'm very proud of it, and I think a lot of people are gonna like it.
Nice, man. You do so much. I mean, you're in two or three bands, two of them full-time with Soulfly and Cavalera Conspiracy. Obviously, Kill or Be Killed, which you guys just played your first show not too long ago. Is it hard to separate all of the bands and, make them their own beasts and keep them from sounding similar to each other?
It's actually, I think for me, it's actually fun, and it's what made me, I think, active, and I think it has even helped me shape me into a better musician and better songwriter and lyrics because of all this project, because I have so much going on. And it never kind of gets boring, because we jump from one thing to the other. Like Australia was insane with Kill or Be Killed.
Yeah.
I had so much fun with that. It was like all of us. We all talking, me and Troy and Greg. We were all like so stoked that it came out so good. It was like, we loved the record. We thought the Kill or Be Killed record was really good.
Yeah.
But it was 10 times better playing live. The energy was there. There's a magic on that project that is really cool. I can't really describe in words, but there's definitely some kind of magic involved on that when we go on stage, people just lose their shit. In Australia, they went crazy, and I can't wait for a U.S. tour. I think we're gonna try to do one in November.
Oh yes.
And maybe a little bit of Europe, but hopefully in November we can do that, so the U.S. fans can see some live Kill or Be Killed.
That's going to be so awesome, man. And family is really important part of your music in every aspect. Obviously, Gloria with managing, and Zion with Soulfly. Richie's got his own thing going on with Insight, which is doing amazingly well right now. Even the way back to Chaos AD with Zion's Heartbeat on the intro to the album. How has it been for you watching all of this stuff come together, especially now with Zion being in Soulfly, Richie doing his own thing? It's a metal family, It's like you're like the first family of metal now.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. It was, what's cool is that just happened like that. It wasn't really, I didn't really plan. I hope for them to be into metal, but I didn't really know if that was going to happen. And then eventually most of them became musicians, like Richie, Zion, and Igor. And the other kids are involved. Jason is a drum roadie for Zion, and everybody helps, and Gloria, of course, goes on tour with me, and so we work together really good. So it is a metal family, and I'm proud of it, man. I think it's so cool too. And my kids actually, they keep me modern because they show me a lot of stuff, Igor shows me like Full of Hell, Noisem,
Nice.
all these new bands that I never even knew they exist, and he's like, you gotta check these guys out, man. This is like the future, future of metal right now. You gotta listen to this, and so it keeps me like on track with what's going on with metal too. So it's great having that.
Nice. I mean, as you get further into your career and as you get older, I'd assume that if you didn't have him to show you the newer stuff, I mean, you do so much that you don't have time to check out all this new metal on your own, because like you're writing, you released the book last year. I mean, you do so much, so it's got to be good to have that extra right there to show you all this new metal, because like you said, there's so much new stuff coming out of metal. It's good,
Yeah, I'm a big fan, man. I love promoting these bands just so I get them to send me shirts and get in contact with them, and I think it's really cool. I love a lot of the new stuff. Nails, King Parrot, and a lot of heavier stuff like Our Penance and Blood Roots, and Murder Made Me God. I listen to a lot of heavy stuff all the time, so I do find time for that, which is cool. I think is even being busy with everything, I still have a little time set aside that I check out and go search for new bands and try to get in touch with them. Which is part of. I think it's kind of a cool feeling of being still being part of the underground somehow. Like that part of me never left me, which is great. I think it's cool to be still connected to that and still go to shows. We went to see King Parrot last night here in Phoenix, and
nice
with Weed Eater, and just talking to fans, man. They're totally stoked that I went to the show. Everybody was like, man, I can't believe you're here, just watching the show. And I was like, yeah, it's cool. I like the band. I met them in Australia, and they're good friends of ours, and so it's cool. I love being a metalhead, man. It's one of my favorite things. It's being a metalhead. It's one of my. I'm proud actually to wear my black shirts and my camouflage pants. It's like my uniform.
Oh yeah, man. Can you tell me a little bit about the experience of writing My Bloody Roots, your memoir that came out last year? Because I had a chance to read it, and I think it only took me like a week to read the whole thing, because it's just, you get started and it just captures you, and you just don't want to put the thing down. I mean, you talk about so much in that book. I mean,
I heard that from a lot of people, which just made me very happy that's the effect that the book had on the people, because I was worried that some people would have found it boring or slow or something, but that wasn't the case. A lot of people really liked it, and it was a different process, different from music. You have to just talk about your life and remember a lot of stuff. And I was happy that a lot of people helped, like Dino and Mike Patton, and even Dave Grohl wrote the intro for the book, which was so killer. He's so big right now. I was really, when I asked him to do that, I didn't know what to expect. I thought he would say he might be too busy to do that or couldn't do it, but his reply was right away, like, be my honor. I'll be honored to do that for Max, and so that's really cool, man. So I thought it was Joe McGyver did a really good job. He's a professional and he knows his stuff. His books are really good.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was actually kind of like therapy session. Actually going back in time and remember all that shit, man. It felt good, and I think there's a lot of cool stories in the book. A lot of things, personal things that people didn't know, like being baptized in the Vatican, and pissing off Lemmy, puking on Eddie Vedder. It's all being part of this crazy metal journey that I've been on. But I think it's a really honest book. I think it's really, really. I tried to tell the stuff as truthful as I could on the book. So I think it came out like that, and so I'm really happy with it. I think I can put that on the side now, and maybe write another one in 20 years with 20 more years of adventures. But It was great.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun doing it, and I love the pictures that Gloria picked, because she tried to pick really different pictures. Not the ones that you've seen on the internet, but very, very personal pictures. So there's like pictures of us little, my mom, my dad, my grandmother, which was an Indian, you know, so that's like really rare stuff like that. And then, of course, like band pictures and stuff from back in the jamming days. So I think it's came out really good. I'm really proud of it.
Nice, man. The tour kicks off April 10th in El Paso. A great place to start a tour. Texas is, oh, that's just a great state to start a tour. You got a bunch of shows back-to-back in Texas, and then the tour wraps up May 5th, Cinco de Mayo in Tempe, Arizona. It's going to be an awesome tour. Great tour package. I mean, that's a metal tour package if there ever was one right there. And so,
yeah, I'm really excited, man. You know, I think it's a great combination. I mean, you got COC, which is legendary.
Yeah.
And Death Angel is legendary trash. You know, and then you got the Cavalera brothers, and then the new blood, Lodi Kong, you know, starting the whole thing. So I think it's a really cool package. It reminds me of, for me, the days of cool packages like you know, the Sepultura, Sacred Reich, Napalm Death type days, or Sepultura, Fudge Tunnel, Clutch kind of tours that were really cool, or Sepultura, Obituary. Sadus, the SOS, you know, tours. Yeah. Those are really, really fun tours. So I'm glad that we're back and doing this kind of package tours, because for quite a while we didn't do them too many. We just did tours with one band. Only we did like one with Havoc and one with Cattle Decapitation, and but I like more this kind of tour because there's more to see. So people come, you know, they had tons of music to check on one night. Yeah. You don't get tired of it. You know, you're gonna have a lot of fucking music thrown at you, and they're all cool guys too. You know, COC guys are great. The Death Angel guys are great. So we're gonna have a blast on this tour. It's gonna be a hell of a cool tour.
It's gonna be surreal to know that you're headlining over Death Angel and COC. I mean, that's just amazing in itself. I mean, normally Death Angel headlines their own tours. You know, and so the fact that
you know, for me, I never really cared for that. You know, I opened, you know, in Australia, Killer BQ went on at 2 in the afternoon. Right. We opened for everybody. You know, we were before Exodus, before who else? I don't even know who else played. I think like
such a big lineup.
Papa Roach and Judas Priest, and I didn't care. I say, fuck it, man. Let's just do it. I don't care where we play. I just want to play. Yep. So I never get caught up on that. You know, headliner, opener. I kind of like both. You know, I like opening shows. I like headlining. I just like to play. Right. Just get me on the stage and then I'll be happy. You know, I don't care what position it is. You know, I don't mind. But it is cool because I'm a fan of those bands. You know, I'm a fan of COC and I'm a fan of Death Angel. So for me, I love the fact that I get to check them out every night. But that's the best part.
Man, it's going to be awesome, man. Max, thank you so much for taking time today. It's been awesome. And the tour is going to be kick-ass. I mean, that's an amazing lineup. So,
awesome, brother. Nice talking to you, okay?
You too, man. Have a great afternoon.